Transformers Prime fans out here. Alright, that is good to hear. Well, we have some Transformers Prime fans up here too. The guys that, and gal that are responsible for bringing you one of the awesomest Transformers shows ever to hit the television. I would like to introduce myself. I am Michael Vogel. I run development at Hasbro Studios. And here we have executive producer of Transformers Prime, Jeff Klein. Animation producer, Therese Trujillo. Supervising producer and the man who writes the crazy stories, Dwayne Capizzi. I don't know if you guys can see, but Dwayne is wearing some awesome shorts today. Everybody compliment him on his legs when you come up to ask him questions.
Please wear pants. That's all I said.
Art director and character designer Jose Lopez. Character designer Walter Gaddis. And lead storyboard artist Kirk Van Wormer. Alright, we thought before we got going with the questions and stuff today, we wanted to do a little bit of a retrospective now that season 1 has come out and you guys have seen the entire first season, kind of a reel of awesomeness, as we like to call it.
There are a few spoilers in there. If you haven't seen 126 yet, you may want to...
Alright, so if you haven't seen 126, close your eyes for certain parts of this.
Also your ears. And your ears.
Alright, I get to do the tech for this. This is very exciting. I'm lowering the lights. Ooh. And I'm hitting enter.
We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron.
What are they?
Talking cars that turn into robots. Or the other way around.
Are you a car? I bet you're a truck. A monster truck. You like heavy metal. How much do you weigh? Ever use a wrecking ball or a punching bag?
Why are you here?
To protect your planet from the Decepticons. I have returned.
Bring the rod. Did you just scream like a little girl?
No. Maybe.
Optimus, you want to see something funny?
No.
So continue, but we do want Megatron looking his best for the memorial.
Buff this.
He's alive.
You must enter his brain. What are you doing inside my head?
You're healed! It is a miracle!
Oh, it will be a miracle, all right, Starscream. If you survive what I have planned for you. What are you doing? Getting you out of here. Yeah, I don't believe it either.
Let us light our darkest hour.
Dark energon erupting from the earth.
Blood of unicorn.
Prideful fool. Join me in defeating our shared enemy. Unicron, the Chaos Bringer. And when our proposed shared mission is complete, I will conquer this earth. My way. When Optimus surrendered the matrix of leadership, he lost more than the collective wisdom of the Primes. He lost his own memories.
What? All right, the first question I have, out to everybody. First, for you guys to know, everyone that works on this show from top to bottom is as much of a fan as you guys are. We love working on this show. We have loved every minute of it. And my question for you guys is, Transformers has been around for so long. There's so many people that are fans of so many different versions. There's original G1, there's Beast Wars, there's Transformers Animated, there's the movies. You guys had the challenge of taking something that people love, and you somehow managed to please the fans, feel like classic Transformers, and yet bring something completely new to it. I mean, new looks for characters, new stories, new everything. How did you do it? What's the secret?
To be honest, I think part of it was we didn't have time to second guess ourselves. The Transformers Prime was produced about half the time. Most CG shows about a 2-year production cycle. We had just under 1 year, just because the hub was going to be launching 10-10-10, and we had to be on air very close to their launch. So, whereas I think sometimes with this kind of thing, you can spend a lot of time second guessing yourself and rethinking and starting over and throwing away good ideas. We just didn't have that luxury. We kind of just had to keep moving forward no matter what happened. Really, I'm alone up here? Somebody else?
Anyone? Jose?
We had great leadership and mentorship from Chris Norcy, and we have amazing executives at the Hub. And I don't think I've ever worked on a series where everyone all across the board, on the client side, the executive side, just all wanted to do a great show. The level of passion and investment in everyone, with everyone involved is just amazing, and that's how basically we have an incredible, great people on the show, have just an incredible support team.
Yeah, I mean, from the design and the artists on the team, I mean, we love Transformers. We grew up with Transformers, and we're very passionate about the characters and the franchise and stuff. So we're very devoted and dedicated to trying to make a good show. So, you know, we're very excited and very happy, even though the schedule wasn't the best at the time, and we were under very tight deadlines. We're very happy to spend the extra hours just working. You know, you go home or you're at work all day drawing Optimus and Bumblebee, Starscream and all that stuff, and you're reinventing characters that you grew up with. So it's a privilege. So it's a ton of fun.
So speaking about drawing the characters, I mean, you know, some of the characters kind of have that classic look, like Optimus and Megatron especially kind of like are 100% classic. Megatron even more so than the movies, but with some of the characters, and I know you were really nervous about this, like Starscream and Soundwave, we really made like a big departure and they look different. I think everybody likes how it turned out, yes? You better get up and ask a question when we do Q&A.
I do have one.
You can't ask it yet. Okay. So why don't we talk a little bit about, I mean, we've talked a lot about how different they are, but what was the thinking behind it? Like why, particularly with Starscream and Soundwave, why make them look as different as you did? What was the thinking behind it?
I mean, when designing, the biggest thing is it comes, I think, from the writing, and what Jeff and Dwayne and Bob and Alex were doing. So you get your Bible, you get your character descriptions, and you know, although they're the same characters from G1 or the other versions of Transformers, our characters I think are very unique, especially like Soundwave. I mean, we played him as he doesn't talk. When we first talked about him, he was always like in the shadows, and he was like we always talked about him as like a ninja. So to me, and then the other thing is like he was a different type of vehicle. So he, instead of becoming a blue box, he was going to transform. We decided to make him like a drone jet. So all that kind of stuff you put into consideration in terms of what you're going to be designing. And then, you know, I wanted to make him very slick, very like the wings. You know, we did the jet with the wings, and I wanted them to be the arms. And something that, and I'm very happy because it comes across in the show, is like when you look at them from the front, they're kind of invisible because they're so thin, but then when it turns to the side, they're very wide. So it was just kind of like a, you know, he can play around with his size and stuff. And if you look at the last episode and how imposing he is after being so quiet for the entire series, first season, and then when he confronts Arachne and how powerful he comes across, I think we get a thing. But all comes down with the personalities of the characters, all comes down to how we're going to play them in the episodes, the action, the animation, all that kind of stuff.
I think with Soundwave being an exception, being sort of ninja character, and we really wanted him to be sort of more of a presence, more mysterious, you know, really have a scary presence. With a lot of the other characters, simply, we just wanted to humanize them. I think, you know, in both writing and in the character presentation, we hopefully this will be a very long haul, 52 episodes and beyond. And we just really wanted you to grow to care about these characters, and I think in the writing and with the, I think some of the more expressive faces, it was just a way of getting to that emotional content more easily.
All right, and so speaking of the writing, I think one of the big questions is, Unicron is the Earth? What? Like, I know this because I had this moment like 2 years ago when like you guys came in like, hey, here's what we're gonna do for the season finale. We're like, what? So A, where did you come up with that? How did that even occur to you guys? And B, talk a little bit about like working with Hasbro to like do something that big. Like you go in and you say, so we're gonna make Unicron the Earth, and everyone like, what was the response? And
let's be fair, he's not the Earth. The Earth formed around his floating form in space. So
you said though, I said
but we are stuck with him as a result. Well, actually, let me answer your second question first. And again, a big shout out to Hasbro in Rhode Island, who've been, again, incredibly supportive, really have allowed us when we come in with these crazy ideas and said, trust us, it's going to work. And, it's just been a great give and take, and they've been very supportive of that. To be honest, we were having a writer's room, and one of the writers threw that out there, and I said exactly the same thing you did. What? And then it was just one of those things, the more we kicked it around and thought about it, we thought it was just a really fresh take on it, and it sort of gave us both. It gave us this incredibly weird mythology and really further tied Earth into Cybertron as sort of this yin and yang. And we thought it was frightening conceptually, that how do you fight something that is within? And but we also recognized that we needed the giant, and we figured out a way to get that in too. So we got the best of both worlds, pun intended.
Aww. So let's talk a little bit about the animation. So Therese, why don't you talk a little bit about like our partners in Polygon and how you chose the animation studio you did? And obviously, right decision, they're amazing, but what goes into that side of it on the technical side?
Well, Polygon is a studio that the executive producers, myself, Dave Hartman, our supervising director, we had all worked with them on other various projects. And when, as Jeff was saying, we had so much pressure at the beginning to get on the air by a certain date, and knowing that our schedule wasn't as luxurious as most studios would like it, animation studios would like it, we really just kind of hunkered down to figure out who to work with. And Polygon, as you can see, is this phenomenal studio who, just like Jose was saying, as soon as we kind of went out to them as a studio, their crew there is so passionate and so into working on this show. And a lot of the work that the guys here do, when we send it overseas, sometimes we know what we're going to get back or what we expect to get back. But on this particular show, what we didn't expect was that they took all the work that we had put in there and they just take it to the next level for us. So even the stuff that we're envisioning, they envision just a little bit more on top of us, and it just continues to kind of flow that way, and it just keeps building and building into season 2. And the stuff that we see come back, I mean, everybody at work has like screen grabs off of just still frames because some of the shots that they do are just so amazing.
They're in love with Miko. So everything Miko we get back is like, Miko doesn't just walk across the room. She flips and runs to the side wall and dives down and slides. The slightly glib answer to the question that's also true is Hasbro's a public company. We had to do due diligence, so we went to multiple studios to ask them to bid out the job. And the truth was, we all wanted Polygon, but we had to go through this process. And Polygon were kind of the ones who said yes. They're the ones who said that they were willing to try, because honestly, the schedule is insane on the CG show. They came through amazingly, because we continue to. One of the nice things about CG in theory is once you do all your upfront builds, it's supposed to get so much easier because you're doing all the reuse. But the truth is, once you've raised the bar to a certain level at the beginning, you just want to keep raising it. So you want to keep adding new stuff, and you want to keep making their jobs harder. And that's pretty much what we do on a daily basis. So they continue to really come through for us in an enormous way.
Here's my favorite part. When you think of Transformers, like huge action, like these guys do awesome action. What was the last show you worked with them on?
My friends Tigger and Poe.
Winnie the Pooh, Optimus Prime.
Well, Eeyore.
Okay,
Yes.
Better point. You and the Great Share, good call.
Except in the new one.
He's not happy about that either. So.
We know.
So Walter over here, I want everybody to give a big hand. This is Walter's first panel. So I'd like everybody to ask him some really, really hard questions when you get up there. So Walter, why don't you talk a little bit about the design process working under Jose? Like, and what was that like? And is he fun to work for?
It's
Awful to
family
work
day.
for?
It's family day. So.